Tell us your name.
Morwenna, McGuiggan.
Morwenna, welcome to the Video Testimony Project. We're trying to bring glory to God by exposing people to the amazing things that God's doing in their lives.
Hi.
And we want to hear what God's done in your life.
So where do you want me to start?
From the beginning.
Well, I'm the oldest daughter of a preacher in McGuiggan. I grew up in Connecticut. We were always taught from the very beginning that Jesus was what the focus was, not church, not any of the actions. It was always Christ. And I remember from a very young age always looking and searching and seeing Him in the world. But I was also very rebellious, as a child tends to be. And God knew that I needed humbling early on. So when I was 10, I got Lyme disease, which is a chronic illness that basically destroys everything about your system so that you can't really function like anybody else does. And due to that, I stopped having the freedom of being a child very young. And because of that, I also learned that there was a responsibility and that Christ was the one in control of my life. And one of the things Lyme disease affects is your mental state, and I was pretty much depressed and I'm 18 now. I have been in and out of depression for the last 8 years since I got Lyme disease. But I have also spent time with other children and other people who are depressed and have the same struggle with their mental health, and God protects me. I see that God protects me every single day, and He has served me even when I am so dark in the darkness that I don't know what else to do. He has served me, and I have been willing to serve Him ever since. I'm willing to die on a cross for anybody. And
yes, ma'am.
I went to France last year to serve there, and it was not what I thought it was going to be, but God definitely brought out other people into my life who I could serve even if they could not serve me, which also made me realize that there's a world full of people who can't serve me, and that makes me realize that it is absolutely never has been ever about me. And as time has progressed, as I've been willing, God has brought things into my life that God has brought wisdom that I do not possess. I have spoken to a young girl very close to my life, very close to my family, who is suicidal and has tried to commit suicide twice, and I have been able to speak to her about Christ when I have no experience and no idea how to do that. And I have spent time and sat with a woman whose husband was abusive, manipulative, and he abused her physically and emotionally, and I've been able to give her wisdom when that is not wisdom that I have. And every time I walk out of those situations, God says, "See, that's not you. See, that's not you. Because you can't do that on your own." And over again, He does that. Puts me in situations where only His wisdom comes through, and He's the one speaking. And my constant prayer is, "Lord, let me be your mouth. Lord, let me be, my life be yours, and so be my death." Over and over again, because my life is never, ever, ever my own.
Thank you.
You are awesome. You are awesome.
Thank you.